meditate on this. The subconscious mind is like a black hole. It's a vacuum. It pulls in everything that crosses its path. The portals or gateways to the subconscious mind exist on the human body, in the human body. Some of them are called ears, some of them are called eyes. And you receive certain signals and things and messages, etc., through these senses, through these tools for senses, sight, hearing, etc. But no matter what you do, no matter what you put in front of your ears, no matter what you put in front of your eyes, just understand that the subconscious mind is going to receive that and it's going to be embedded within you in perpetuity. It's going to be with you forever. And the people in power know this. The ruling class know this, and they do a damn good job of putting things in there that are not going to lead to quality of thought. It's important that you take control of this and try to embed things with high quality of thought into your subconscious mind so that when they come back to the surface, when they come back, they pop out on the other side, they're fruitful. The things that are good for you, things that lead to quality of thought. So try to embed good things in your subconscious mind.
Yeah, I can try to get that handled for you. Again, it's only my second day, so if you can give me a second. How am I supposed to do this? How the hell are we supposed to do this by 5 o'clock?
I have no clue.
Is that possible? Hey, do you have the password to... How'd you finish all your work already?
He's not tapped in. How'd you get that done so quick?
They think they're gonna be able to budget that?
It's money. That's money right there, you understand? You guys finished your work 6 hours early?
He's not tapped in.
Just when everyone started to allow the Israel-Palestine conflict to calm down, they pull out another distraction. The Grift Report starts now.
2, 1, boom. Hotep Jesus.
Of all the Jesuses I know, he's the Hotepiest. Social scientist and YouTube host, Hotep Jesus.
How the fuck do you get a name like Hotep Jesus?
The one and only Hotep Jesus.
Ryan Sharp, better known to the world as Hotep Jesus.
Hotep Jesus. Hotep Jesus. Hotep Jesus.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
Somebody said, what do you think you are, some kind of Hotep Jesus?
Ooh,
and
that's
I was
good.
Just like, ooh, that's sexy. Yes, I do think I'm Hotep Jesus.
What's up, people? I'm your host, Hotep Jesus. The Grift God.
Hotep Jesus. Hotep Jesus. Hotep Jesus.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
Oh, this a real Hotep brother.
Hotep to all the Hoteps. Crazy that we have a thing called Hoteps nowadays. That was, once upon a time, that was not a thing. It was a pejorative, and we've turned it into a positive. So shout out to y'all. Cannon, what up, man? Cannon Hotep in the house. Sauce the Prophet. What up, E-Man? Jack Reeves the Hotep. What up, Jack? My homie Jack Reeves. We still got to put your video out, man. We never did that. Okay, what up? Black Mountain Hotep, a.k.a. Strong Dad. What up, man? How y'all feeling? It's Hotep Thursday.
Oh, this a real Hotep brother.
Me and Uncle be back tonight at 8 p.m. Make sure y'all subscribe. Make sure y'all tune in. Hold on. Oh, shit. Where's my promo tweet? Let me hit send on that. Send it. Forgot to send my promo tweet out for the show today. Damn, why is that? I didn't mean for it to be protected. Can I change that? No, it's too late now. Anyway. So, as you guys all know, we have opened up our affiliate program to the public. You can go to menoforder.com, hit the earn button, and join our affiliate program. Come join in all the fun there. All right. Earn some cash. Crazy, crazy commissions. When you see the site, when you hit the earn button, you'll see the type of commissions we're offering. So, good chance to make some passive income. Passive income is a way to build financial freedom. And this is a way to do it. I have a feeling somebody's going to come in and like absolutely kill it. Like, I think there'll be one affiliate is probably going to be responsible for 25% of our sales. That's the feeling I got, especially if you know how to do it. If you guys don't know how to do the affiliate thing, what I suggest you do is type in on YouTube, type in AI SEO affiliate marketing. AI SEO affiliate marketing. Some really great tools out there, you know, and with AI today, you can have a blog basically running itself, and then you just plug your affiliate links in there and then sit back and chill. Let the bot do all the work. All right. It's how you build an easy life. So, yeah, big tip for you. Pause. Also, don't forget, QR code on the screen is good for a discount. That QR code you see on your screen is good for a discount. There's also a link in the description box below for that as well. I heard Canon Hotep say he's using the Master Focus, and it's got him super dialed in. He was talking about it last night on his show. I might have to clip that and turn that into a commercial or something like that, because it's a really great endorsement of the product. But he said he's got a clean diet. So that's the thing. When you take these herbal supplements, because they're 100% herbal, when you take these herbal supplements, when you're on a good diet, it works even better. When you have a lot of fat and just stuff in your body, the herbs have to do so much work that you don't really get so much benefit out of it, as opposed to when you have a clean diet. So the cleaner your diet, the more you're going to feel this. And he said he's on a keto diet right now. So he's very particular about what he eats. And when you operate like that and your body's functioning and it's kind of used to the diet that you're giving it, it optimizes for that stuff. So, yeah. Make sure y'all go get your brain pills. Get your brain boosted. What else? Covered that. Oh, yeah. Don't forget, shout out to our sponsor, Syscoin. They had an amazing space earlier today with the Rolex team. But we have an exclusive Telegram group. The link is in the description box below. Join that completely free. But if you're interested, what's going to happen is we're going to have a new community for Hoteps in the cryptoverse, in the cryptocurrency world. So we're going to be moving our community from centralization to decentralization, basically from the communist overlords to a free place where we can communicate, and I don't have to worry about are the feds watching, and we can talk open and freely there. And the communication can be much better. But the good news is you'll be able to stake on the community, basically saying if you believe in the community, you can add tokens. And if you add the tokens, then you'll get a return on every time the community grows. So it gives everybody an ownership interest in the Hotep community. And really, that's kind of like the future of everything. You know, it's kind of weird when you join an organization and you pay your dues and, you know, the ROI. I mean, I think the Hoteps between me, Cannon, and Unc, we give great value, great insight. You know, otherwise we wouldn't have this community. But the fact that you can now stake on us and make money off of that community, you know, basically put your money where your heart is a great thing. So hit that link in the description box below and join the Telegram group. Cannon, make sure you join the Telegram group so we can figure out how to get you on board and get your community going as well. Because I definitely want to bet on Cannon Hotep's community. I'll be betting on my own community. I'll be betting on your community and so on and so forth. So we're going to bring the Hoteps to the cryptoverse, not to be confused with the metaverse. All right, let's dive into today's topic. Now, really fast, I had somebody hit me up on Twitter. They said, Hotep Jesus, you said you built an AR-15. Can you tell me how you did it? Now, I got to tell you right now, that's just not possible. Mostly because if I had to do it all over again, I don't know if I'd be able to do it. So here's my AR-15. Here's my baby. Here she is in all her glory, right? And it's not complicated at all. It's just a bunch of springs and pins, right? So it's divided in between upper and lower, and then you got your stock back here. The stock is pretty simple, right? So the only thing with this stock is I needed this wrench. This is a Magpul wrench, and I needed this wrench to put it on. So this is a wrench I had to buy separate. So yeah. So the stock is here, and then there's grooves here, and then basically you just screw that on to the lower. I'll go ahead and take the upper off, and you guys can see this. It's basically just 2 pins. It's this one and this one. You pop those pins out, and then you just take the upper off. So that's the upper, right? So I just took the upper off, right? You see that? And then the only thing left now is the lower. And the lower is not that complicated, right? It's just a lot of intricate. This is why I say like building a gun is different from reading about building a gun, because actually doing it is a whole nother story, right? So here's the lower, right? And this is the part that you have to have registered, right? This is the part you got to have registered. And this is, I think I paid $50 for the lower. The upper costs way more. I think I spent like $600 on the upper or something like that. And it came with the kit, with the stock and everything. So let's talk about what's complicated. So first of all, there's this like pin thing here that like stops the stock or something like that. That was pretty hard to put in, but it wasn't as hard as this pin. This pin right here, which is, well, all right. So this is the pin that releases the magazine. So you hit that, and hold on, let me see if I can show you. So here, you see this thing right here? It's just like popping out. Okay, so that was a little complicated because again, it's like springs and pins, right? So and do this over a hard surface. Don't do this over carpet. I did this over carpet and I lost a pin, and I lost like 30 minutes in my build because I couldn't find the little pin. It's these small microscopic pins, and they're kind of hard to hold. So you need a vice grip. So I bought this thing that plugs in here, and it's a vice grip and it holds together. Cannon said he just put it between his legs. Pause. So there's that pin. This contraption thingamajiggy, whatever this is called, I don't even know what it's called. This is how unprofessional I am. But whatever this thing is, Cannon could tell you what this thing is. But it has something to do with the trigger release, the trigger kit. Yeah, this is definitely the trigger kit. So yeah, so the trigger kit was pretty easy to put together. You just kind of slide that in, pop it in, and that was really easy. Putting the trigger assembly together was really easy. It was just this pin. These pins weren't too hard. And I think there's another pin inside the handle that was pretty hard. But yeah, so, you know, once you got all that, I did not put the upper together. I bought the upper fully assembled. And after seeing what goes into building an upper, I'm glad I got the upper fully assembled, because that would have added on like another fucking 5 hours onto my build. And then these pins got to go back in when you fucking hit the upper. Sometimes they're kind of hard to fucking get back in. That's why I kind of hate when I take this thing apart. I might just fucking, hold on. Sometimes it's got to be like perfectly aligned. And when it's not, it won't go back in. Shit. Cannon, why won't it go back in? What am I doing wrong? Sometimes you just gotta kind of like finagle it for it to go back in. Oh. So, all right, I'll play with this later. Right now it's apart. I'll put it back together. But those two pins, it's just two pins that put the upper and lower together. I'm going to show you where I went. Plus, I burnt my hand earlier on the fucking stove, and that's fucking with me. So, look, I'm going to show you where I went. Brownells. It's Brownells AR-15 assembly tutorial. Yeah, here. So whoever that was, I was asking, I'm gonna put on the screen and show you right here the website I used. I'm in the wrong window. Let's put it in this window. All right, so here we go. Here we go, right here. So, boom. There's this website called Brownells, all types of firearm stuff, right? You can buy guns, gun parts and stuff. And it just basically has videos. And it's really detailed. This one tells you how to build the upper. But I think I just, the only one right here, how to build
We're going to be starting off this build process with the lower receiver. Now, the lower receiver is the brain of your firearm because it helps you the bolt catch.
Yeah,
this is the
part. See how small those pins are? And then you got to have like a pin punch too to like knock that thing back in. You said hinge it forward a little bit. Hold on, hinge it forward a little bit. Because if it's not aligned, it just doesn't go in, right, Cannon? Hold on, let me hold on. Ah, there it go. You're right. See, that's why I had. That's Cannon. There it go. It's in there now. Sitting there now. All right, so we good. Thank you, Cannon. Yeah, if those pins aren't aligned, it just won't go back in. So yeah, those pins right there, and then these springs, they're just really fucking, you know, them is what they call it, detente springs. Yeah, the detente springs. Those things are. Candace said the lower was a 30-minute minimum build. Yeah, minimum. Minimum is correct. To me, it took, how long did it take me? 2 hours? 3 hours? I think total time it was about 2 hours minus losing the pins. If you take away losing the pins, it was probably about 2 hours it took me to do it. Mostly because I've never done it before. So I don't know how much pressure you're supposed to bang the shit with. And I didn't want to break anything. And those pins are kind of tricky to get right in there, you know? So yeah. But as you can see, it's these springs. And so yeah, here's the thing. The vice grip, you put it in the vice grip to hold it together. And then I'll show you the tricky part. So that pin is easy. It's which pin is it? Is it? No, this one's the easy one. That's just a trigger. That one was easy. It's the one with the, is this it? It's the one with the, no, that's not it. That's the upper. That's the upper pin, That pin was kind of a bitch. Yeah, this pin with the stock was kind of a bitch. Yeah, that one was kind of a bitch. Which other one was a bitch? So that's the trigger assembly. I think I passed it. Nope, here it is. This motherfucking pin right here. This pin's a bitch.
Use set script we're using right now. So let's, so that we can, kit comes with 2 of these wrenches so that you can brace the opposite side.
Is it?
And finish up with the wrench.
Oh no, that was the easy one.
It's
Oh, that's all trigger assembly.
adhesive,
And that's the
6C,
handle.
or we're going to install the carbine stock.
All right,
In
no.
catch, optional, but it does triggers.
So the first
and
pin
typical
is somewhere up
for
here.
here. Catch in. So without that bolt catch in the way, make sure it's actually locked
Oh, the bolt catch
on
pin.
this side, and insert it.
Okay, this
into the slot.
this spring is a bitch a little
Then
bit.
we're going to take our button with the serrated end facing outward.
This spring was
against
kind
the
of
face of
difficult, but it wasn't as bad
lower
as the
receiver.
little pin.
The
Where's
button, which is certainly an option, which is the other preference, just like so. Now, when we threaded portion of the latchet, so the catch in. The bolt catch spring and the disconnector spring that's going to come in your lower parts kit if you buy it as a
Here we
complete
go.
unit
These two.
look the same.
These
and the
two.
disconnector spring will fit in that bolt catch area,
Right.
but it can ruin your build if you do it because you're going to have a hard time getting it back out.
Yeah.
So notice the difference between the two. Flared end, the bolt across. So go ahead and take that disc, or you can come in from the rear. Either
So
way
he
is
makes
acceptable.
this shit look
I like to
easy.
personally come in from the rear because one of the
Because
most
he's,
damn.
you know, he does this all
What we're
the
going to do
time.
is take our roll pin punch holder,
Here
our
we
roll
go.
pin,
Look at this.
and insert it
Look at this. Look at this shit.
into the holder.
Right. So you're getting
Now
the
from
getting
here,
the motherfucking.
we're going to position
the spring
roll pin
in
on the
is
hole.
easy. Oh no, that's
I'll
not
turn
even the
this
right
here.
one.
until I can just see. And
There we go. That pin right
so we're
there.
going to set that in. Take our bolt catch. And just like this, where that detent would contact this bottom leg here, we're going to slide it on.
Yeah, it was a bitch. It was a bitch. It was quite the work. And I don't even think that was the main pin I had problems with. I think it was a different pin I had a problem with. The trigger guard was easy. But it's just a bunch of pins that you got to sit there and like bang at. And so I had to buy like is it the pivot pin? Oh, I think this is no, wait, it might be. Yes, here we go. This is the bitch right here.
And the hole in the tool is going to be lined
This
up
one right here is the bitch. Okay, it's called a pivot pin.
with the hole in this receiver. Then we're going to insert our spring.
There you go. Yeah, Robert Banks right there. He just said it. He said the hardest thing to install is a pivot pin. You got to have good coordination or you're going to lose it over and over again. Yes. Yes. And you got to put this
followed
thing
by
in
the
there.
detent, which can go
And here
in either direction.
Look at this little ass pin. Right? And you got
and
to
we're
get
going
that
to use
in there.
a punch, and you can use the bolt catch punch.
You got to push it in.
And we're going to push that detent in
And then slide the other piece in.
all the way.
But there's a little groove in the pin. There's a little groove in the pin, and you got to line it up, that pin,
past the tool.
with the groove.
And then we're going to rotate the tool
Yep.
so that the hole is no longer lined up. And now the tool is retaining that spring and detent.
Yeah. The pivot
Now for
pin.
this part, we're going to take the actual pivot pin itself
Right.
with
Now
the
watch
flat
this. He going to make it
facing
look
towards the
mad
back of
easy.
the
It's
receiver.
not easy.
or back towards the spring and detent. We're going to replace the tool with the pivot pin.
You see how easy he made that look? It's not that easy. It's not that. It's not that easy. I'm telling you right now. It looks easy, but when you actually do it, yeah, you know how many times that pin popped out, bro? Just getting the pin in there. Oh my God. Headache. You know, you just got to take your time and breathe. You got to take your time and breathe. But I did have to get my AR legalized, right? So in order to get it legalized, basically, I can't have an adjustable stock. So as you see, this came with an adjustable stock, but I can't move the stock because they pinned it. I had to take it to the gunsmith to have it pinned. And then this came with a flash muzzle, a flash hider, flash suppressor, whatever you call that thing. So they made me change that out so it could be legal here in the state of New Jersey. And yeah, so that's how to build an AR-15. Easier said than done, you know. But he said, HJ, be careful showing too much on YouTube. They frown upon gun building. Hey, thanks for the tip, bro. I didn't know that. I knew they were like kind of weird, but you know, damn, pussies. Anyway, so why are we talking about the AR-15? Obviously, we're talking about the AR-15 because of the recent shooting, right? So Langley pulled another op. You know, there's another glow op. Hold on, where's my tea? I need some tea. Should have pulled the Scott Adams simultaneous sip with y'all. So AP, I think this is the latest one. Real quick, I just noticed. Do you see this blinking light right here? This blinking indicator next to Israel-Hamas war. Really interesting. You know, I'm in like marketing, tech marketing, so I always enjoy finding, you know, looking at stuff like this. Very interesting. Anyway, so I guess there's a YouTube update. Let's listen to the YouTube update. No, it's 8 minutes. I'm not going to listen to that. Let's go down. So authorities say U.S. Army reservists. Now, this is a U.S. Army reservist, which reminds me of a movie. I think it was called American Sniper. Is that the movie? Spoiler. Yeah, this is it right here. This is a spoiler, okay? This is a spoiler, so if you never saw this movie, you might want to pause. Pause or mute the video, mute this until I finish with this. But I was on a flight and, you know, I just love military movies. I love guns and stuff like that. So I love military movies, probably because it's in my blood. My dad was a military guy, so I was brainwashed to love this stuff. So it says here, the film follows the life of Kyle, who became the deadliest marksman in U.S. military history with 255 confirmed kills from 4 tours in the Iraq War. 160 of which were officially confirmed. So 160 confirmed, 255 kills, right? But 160 confirmed by the DOD. While Kyle was celebrated for his military successes, his tours of duty took a heavy toll on his personal family life. So I don't want to ruin the whole movie, but I will ruin the end. So he's murdered. He's murdered at the end of the movie. So basically what happened was he comes home from all the tours and, you know, he's basically an Army vet now and or a Marine vet. I think he's a Marine, right? I want to get this right. I don't want to say something. It doesn't even say here. I think he was a Marine. So anyway, what he does is he volunteers to be sort of like a social worker, I guess you can say, for veterans. So it says, after Kyle gets back stateside on edge and unable to adjust fully to civilian life, he's asked by a Veterans Affairs psychiatrist if he is haunted by all the things he did in the war. When he replies, all the guys he couldn't save that haunt him, the psychiatrist encourages him to help severely wounded veterans in a hospital. So, yeah. So he basically goes to, you know, console men with PTSD. Navy? Okay, Navy. Thank you. Yeah, so he goes to console and, you know, gives these guys somebody to talk to, right? And one of them kills him. Rudy said Carlos Hathcock had more kills than Nam. Okay. Navy SEAL? Yeah, Navy SEAL. He's a Navy SEAL. Right. So he gets murdered by, and so when I saw this shooting in Maine, it made me immediately think of this movie because these people, like, they lose it. They absolutely lose it. They lose their mind having PTSD from the war. I don't know what's going on, but psychologically, they're not right. I'm no psychologist or psychiatrist. I couldn't tell you exactly what's happening there, but what people are saying is they develop a form of schizophrenia and they just go schizo. So when I saw this story, I'm like, damn, this is another So this is another example where the United States does not do right by their vets. Like there's serious mental health issues with somebody who goes into combat and then comes home. Like it happened to one of my homeboys. One of my homeboys, you know, he was a reserve. He ended up in combat and he came back. And when I saw him, like he was not the same person. Like he was very weird. And when he left, he was a cool cat. But he was very weird when he came back and he saw combat and he just told me he didn't want to talk about it. And we just left it at that. So I think the United States government has to do a better job of taking care of its veterans. Not only for their own benefit, but for the rest of our benefits. We don't know which one of these guys is walking around the street and just has a schizo episode and decides to pull out a firearm and just murder a bunch of people. So who knows what's going on in the mind of the person when they try to do something like this? I don't know what's going on in the mind of a schizo. I don't know if they're hallucinating or what's going on. Is this retaliation? Is it anger? I'm not exactly sure what's going on. So going back to the article here, it says U.S. Army reservists fatally shot at least 18 people at a bowling alley and a restaurant in Lewiston, Maine on Wednesday night. Massive search for 40-year-old Robert Card of Bodewin was underway. The shooting in the state's second largest city and 36th mass killing in the United States this year. Jonah's going to call in later. Jonah's got some super tinfoil kufi take on this guy, some draconian Illuminati lizard men correlation or whatever. So when he calls in, I'll let him explain that and I'll try to follow him as best as I can. But it's really hard to follow Jonah sometimes. A warrant is out for the arrest of 40-year-old Robert Card. So this left 18 dead and 13 injured. Said he's wanted on 8 counts of murder. 10 victims remain unidentified. More victims are identified, the counts against Card will probably grow to 18. He's still at large, was considered armed and dangerous. Telephone number listed for Card in public records was not in service. U.S. officials told Associated Press that Card was an Army reservist who had been taken by police for an evaluation after military officials became concerned that he was acting erratically in mid-July. Which brings me to Uncle Hotep's meme, or the meme he posted. I don't know if he posted this on his Twitter. I'm going to check his Twitter first. But I know I saw this meme on his IG. And I think showing the meme probably does more justice than me trying to explain it, because memes are just a great form of communication. All right, let's go here. Let's go Uncle. Where is he? There we go, Uncle Hotep. And then we'll bring this up on the screen. Here we go. This is kind of funny. It's funny, but it's not. Hold on. Boom. Boom. And then you'll see it here. There we go. All right. So here it is. Say the line. FBI says he was on our radar. And you see, it seems like every time something like this happens, like police know about these people, but for some reason they nothing's done about it. Right? For whatever reason, nothing's done about it. And that's what it says here, right? In mid-July, he was acting erratic. The officials said commanders in the Army Reserve's 3rd Battalion, 304th Infantry Regiment became concerned about Card's behavior while the unit was training at the U.S. Military Academy at West Point in New York. The officials said military commanders became concerned about Card's safety and asked for the police to be called. The official was not authorized to publicly discuss information about the incident and spoke to AP on condition of anonymity. So he said the bowling alley is about 2 miles north of Bates College campus on the outskirts of downtown. Second largest city in Maine, population of 37,000. It emerged as a major center for African migration into Maine. The Somali population, which numbers in the thousands, has changed the demographics of the once overwhelmingly white mill city into one of the most diverse in northern New England. Okay. Maine has a long-standing culture of gun ownership tied to traditions of hunting and sport shooting. The state doesn't require permits to carry guns. Really? Wow. Interesting. No carry permit needed in Maine. Why didn't somebody put this cat down? Maybe nobody in there had a fight. This is why I think everybody need to be strapped up like the Wild West, man. Everybody got to be strapped up like a cowboy because you never know when it's going to go down. Which reminds me, I'm going to apply for my carry. Apply for my carry permit ASAP because I plan on being a gun-toting cowboy. The death toll was staggering. Shelter-in-place advisory was issued Wednesday for the Androscoggin County, including the community of Lisbon, about 8 miles away, after a vehicle of interest was found there, authorities said. Baldwin, which is Sagadahoc County, there's a lot of native Indian words here, was under similar advisory. The Canada Border Services Agency has issued an armed and dangerous alert to its officers stationed along the Canada-U.S. border, warning them to be on the lookout for card. Could you imagine living in this area? I would be terrified. My weapon would be on me at all times. I would not go anywhere. I'd be looking at every white man that walked past me with the, if I had to go to the grocery store, I would not let my lady go. I would be going, and my firearm would be on me. I'd have the AR on my back. That might make me look crazy. People like, damn, what's going on? But I'd be strapped up. High alert. That's high stress. Central Maine Healthcare said Thursday it was closing all physician offices, 6 surrounding communities for the day. All elective surgery was canceled. Schools in multiple communities were closed out of caution. Classes were canceled at the colleges and the University of Maine. President Biden has ordered all U.S. flags to be flown at half-staff until sunset on Monday. So, yeah, really, 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 really tragic event that took place, and we'll get the take from Uncle Hotep later on tonight at 8 p.m. on Hotep's Been Told You. Let me check on the chat, see what the chat's saying. You said the same thing? Yeah. Leave NJ? Yeah, I'm trying to. Looking to buy a gun in Georgia. You gotta buy two. You need a handgun and a rifle. You need both, at least, and a shotgun. Cover all bases. Operation Gladio. Oh man, here y'all go. And Tanai Rick's in the chat. What up, Tanai? I got some paperwork for you to sign. Androscoggin is a wild name for a county. Yeah, it's a very, very peculiar name. Very out of the ordinary type name there. Anyway, blessings goes out, prayers goes out to the families, the lives affected. And the timing of this is just tragic. But I'm sure everybody's going to be arguing over gun legislation. Cost of ammo and guns just went up. That's why I made sure I secured my AR. I had to secure my AR before they came down. Matter of fact, I was talking to my dad, and he told me that where he lives, you can't even buy an AR no more. You cannot, ARs are not allowed to be purchased. So if you have one, you can keep it. But if you don't have one, you can't get it. So I knew that was going to come. I knew that was going to happen. Commie's going commie. So I made sure I secured my AR, and I was going to buy my AR outright. I went down to the place, and they were charging $2,000, and I did not decide to buy it because I knew they were overpricing me. Like they were ripping me off. You know, you probably shouldn't spend any more than $1,200 on it, maybe $800 on it. Who knows what it's going for now? But the fact that I could get the lower for like $100 and then just assemble it, really my motivation to assemble it was, you know, like if you're gonna own a gun, I kind of want to be like a true gun guy, like not Canon level, you know, but I wanted to, you know, if I had an AR-15, I don't know, I just felt like I was pretending if I bought it fully assembled. I don't know if that makes sense, but I felt like I'd be a fraud if I had an AR-15 and didn't assemble at least one rifle in my life. I guess that's what I'm saying. I wanted to say I at least assembled at least one rifle in my life, you know, to understand like what goes into the machine, right? To have a true appreciation for the machine. And I'm happy for it. I saved a ton of money. I've saved over $1,000 by doing it that way. But yeah, I just you know, you know what I suffer from? I suffer from imposter syndrome. Somebody taught me that term recently. I suffer from imposter syndrome, where I feel like, you know, I'm a fraud if I don't really fully understand something. So yeah, I think I think imposter syndrome also is what makes me absolutely deadly, especially in debate, because imposter syndrome doesn't allow me to talk about something unless I know I've researched it very well. Otherwise, I feel like a fraud. So I suffer from imposter syndrome. Yeah, gunbroker. Yeah, I'm familiar with gunbroker. Yeah. But I think that's what makes me lethal with my knowledge, because anything I say has been thoroughly researched, because if I say it and don't believe it, then I suffer from imposter syndrome. So imposter syndrome, is just the reason why I built my AR. Honestly, to be honest with you, it wasn't about saving money, although I did save a ton of money. It was just, I just felt like an imposter if I didn't do it at least once. And I was asking Ken a bunch of questions. He was really helpful, but my brother pretty much walked me through it. My brother picked out my gun parts. My brother's he's a gun instructor or something like that. I don't know. He's like super into guns. He's like certified master teacher or whatever the fuck that shit's called. He's not a gunsmith, but so he picked out my parts for me, and he told me, hey, get this lower, get this upper, make sure it's mil spec, 5.56, 223, NATO, all of that shit. So yeah. Retro Neon said, my dad did 20 years in the regular army, went to Iraq 3 times, and each deployment got longer. It took him some time to adjust after the last one, but he's all right now. Shout out to Pops. Shout out to Pops. And thank you for the super chat, Retro Neon. Retro Neon always blesses me with the super chats. You are appreciated. One day I might have to get a Retro Neon tattoo. Pause. I'm like, what's that Retro Neon? It's this dude that used to super chat me all the time. I'm going to tell my grandkids that. What is Retro Neon? It's this guy that used to super chat me all the time. So I got his name tatted in memory of him for being such a loyal supporter. Now that's a tattoo you want to be proud of, right? That's a good tattoo you want to be proud of. These days, if you really want an AR-15, AR-10, the best way, in my opinion, is to build it up from something cheap or from scratch. Yeah. That's what people have been telling me too. If you buy an AR, you don't know how quality those parts are, the lower and the upper. What's my lower? Who made my lower? Is this Palmetto State? No, this is Aero Precision. This is an Aero Precision lower. This is an Aero Precision lower. My upper, I don't know who my upper is. I think my upper came from Palmetto or some other armory. But my lower is Aero Precision. M16 A4 5.56 is what I got right here. Yeah, whatever that stuff means. You gun guys know what the fuck I just said. I don't even know what the hell I just said. I'm about to take a gun class with Canon Hotep. Make sure y'all follow Canon Hotep. Subscribe to his channel. He talks all that gun stuff. He knows that stuff inside and out. That's why his name is Canon Hotep. I'm a vet expert marksman with a rifle, but I don't want to own one. Really? That's weird. I can't quite wrap my head around it, but I'll pretend to understand. Vet expert marksman, but don't want to own a rifle. Why? Maybe you suffer from that PTSD, right? That trauma. Maybe that's what that is. Anyway, let's go in the bag. Let's see what else we got. We got some other stuff in the bag to discuss. Let's pull it up. Where are we? Let's go bookmarks, Grift Report. All right, fine. Let's talk about it. Ken and Hotep talked about this last night. I've been avoiding this, but we're gonna talk about it. Let's just talk about it. So Cannon said Uncle Hotep should do a tier list. I'm not going to do a tier list, but I will give you my opinion on this matter. Now, me and Uncle Hotep spoke about this on our Monday show, patreon.com/Hotep's been told you. And, yeah, so we spoke about this. So it says here, basically says, here's a list of places women absolutely refuse to go on a first date. Thank you to the ladies who reached out to me to help me on this list. So ladies are basically saying these are places we're not going on a first date, right? So I'll tell you if any of these things make sense for a first date, right? Now, first of all, if she really likes you, you could take that bitch to any place and she is going to accept it as a first date. Anywhere. You can take her anywhere and she will accept it. If she really likes you, she will meet you, in the park and go for a walk by the pond. She'll meet you in the parking lot of McDonald's. Like, trust me, when I tell you it's not about the date, it's about the food and just really being into you. If it's all of this, she doesn't know you. She doesn't know you, which is why she can't be into you. So it's probably just like, oh, you're cute, we can hang out, right? So let's talk about the thought process of a woman when she does stuff like this, right? So when she says, I want to go to an expensive restaurant, really what she's saying is she doesn't know how to vet a man. Damn, that's pretty smart.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
I just realized that. That's really what she's saying. She's basically saying, I don't know how to vet a man. And the only way I know is by having him pass an income test, a spending test, right? Which is a very, very poor way to vet a man, right? Because that just leads you to, a rich rapist. A rich asshole, a rich pimp, a rich human trafficker, right? Like, it's not a good way to vet men. So basically, when they do that, they're basically saying, I don't know how to vet men. So now with that being said, let's take a look at their list here. Number 1, Cheesecake Factory. All right, if she won't let you take her to Cheesecake Factory, you got to let her go. You got to let her go. It's a wrap for her. She got to go, okay? Cheesecake Factory. It's not top tier, okay? Let's be honest. And as I go through these, I'll tell you how many of these spots I worked at. So I worked at Cheesecake Factory, okay? I opened a Cheesecake Factory, all right? Many stories of how I got that job, but we'll talk about that another day. And how I got another job by working at the Cheesecake Factory, because I got recruited from the Cheesecake Factory into the mortgage industry. But being there, working there, the food's pretty good. Now, real quick, a huge tip for people. Always eat at a new restaurant. The restaurant is usually never as good as when it first opened, because they have to come out, they got to impress, the kitchen's super clean, everybody's super new, everybody's, walking on eggshells in every area of the restaurant, okay? The back of the house, the front of the house, the managers, everybody's working at their best, right? 99% of the time. Over time, they sort of get lazy. The plates don't come out as clean. There'll be a little bit of grease coming out of plates because, when you plate something, it's supposed to look pristine. For example, Cheesecake Factory, I've seen them plate food at the opening, and if it didn't stack properly,
they would dump the whole plate and cook a new one just because the thing wasn't plated properly. Now, a year in, they wasn't doing that. They was watching food cost. But at the very open, everything had to be perfect. With that being said, Cheesecake Factory is okay, all right? And I'm telling you from my own personal taste. Cheesecake Factory is a go. Applebee's, I wouldn't even take myself to Applebee's. If I were to eat at Applebee's, I'd have to be driving down a long, dark road for a really long time, starving, hungry on a road trip, and Applebee's is the only thing in sight for me to eat at Applebee's. With that being said, I worked at Applebee's. I used to hang out at Applebee's. That was like our hangout spot when we were like, 18, 19, 20. We used to hang out at Applebee's, mostly because all of our friends worked there. Like all of our friends, we ran that place. It was kind of wild, some of the stuff that we used to do at Applebee's. Free drinks. Yeah, we used to abuse the bar. My friend was the manager. Yeah, it was crazy. In fact, when I got the job at Cheesecake Factory, so they tipped us off. They said Cheesecake Factory is opening up, right? So anytime you open a restaurant, it's usually great tips when they first open, right? Because it's new. It's going to be packed out the door, line all night, wait all night. And it was me and my friend, and we both applied for the same job at Cheesecake Factory. I got the job and he didn't. And when we came out, he was like, yo, I didn't get the job. How'd you get the job? First of all, I'm a really great interviewee, right? Really great interviewee. But we talked about what we put on an application. I was like, well, what'd you put on your application? And he told me I put what my experience was. And he had more experience than me at Applebee's than I did. And I was like, I think I worked at Applebee's for a total of 6 months. Now, what I did was I cleared my contact at Applebee's first. There was a manager there who I was cool with because, like I said, we always hung out there. This is a life hack for people that want to get jobs. I spoke to him. I said, yo, listen, I'm about to apply for a job at the Cheesecake Factory. If I give them your number, will you vouch for me and say I worked here for 4 years? He was like, yeah, I don't give a fuck. I retire in a year anyway. My man. So I lied on my application, put I had 4 years experience. So I went straight to the top of the pile. I got the job. And my friend was like, you lied on the application? I'm like, you didn't lie on the application? Like, what? This is America. You're supposed to lie on your application. Like, come on, where they do this at? You know how many jobs I got because I told them I had a fucking master's degree from Rutgers?
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
They're not checking. I spent a total of 2 years at college. You think I graduated? No, I didn't graduate. But I used to apply for jobs and say I graduated. Fucking shitting me?
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
All right, let's continue. Not eating at Applebee's. Chili's, it's got to be like a work dinner. Chipotle, it's not the best Mexican. I'll eat it. I'll do a burrito bowl from Chipotle. Not the best. Olive Garden, I worked there. I worked at Olive Garden. They fired me. Actually, all these places fired me, except for Applebee's. I think I quit Applebee's. Olive Garden, hit or miss, depending on where you go. Breadsticks are phenomenal, but they're prepackaged. The soup and salad are all prepackaged. All of that stuff comes in plastic bags. Everything else is made fresh. The chicken, the pastas, all that stuff is prepped out in the morning. So Olive Garden's not bad. And I think Olive Garden is suitable for a date. Olive Garden and Cheesecake Factory is suitable for a date. Applebee's, Chili's, and Chipotle not suitable for a date. Chipotle maybe. If because white girls like Chipotle, I think. So if you're dating a pog, maybe. The movies, we're definitely not going to the movies on the first date. That's a bad idea. We got to get to know each other, and you can't do that in the movies. And if she's trying to do some hanky-panky in the movie, a la Lauren Boebert, then she's probably a hoe, Not to say Lauren Boebert's a hoe. I'm not saying that. But if it's a first date and she goes to the movies and she starts doing some hanky panky, she's a hoe and you probably don't want to trust her. Your house. Do not. I saw somebody yesterday, a male, say, you know, taking a woman to your house for a first date is a good idea. That is bad idea. Bad idea. Just absolutely terrible. Yeah, the chicken gnocchi soup. I will eat the chicken gnocchi soup from, I see Shantae Scott. She said she's heard that it's prepackaged. Yeah, it's prepackaged. But yeah, the chicken gnocchi soup, I still order that. I don't give a damn. It's prepackaged or not. But it's great. I love the chicken gnocchi. I just love gnocchi. Anyway, shout out to all my Italians. They know what that is. So yeah, do not take her to the house. Why don't you want to take a woman to your house? First of all, she might be crazy. Okay. She might be crazy. She might become a stalker. What if you do something and piss her off, right? Like, what if you cheat on her? Now she's like, you know, keying your car, busting your windows up to your house. You know, this is stuff that has happened to me before. All right. So you want to be careful. You do not want a woman to know where you live. Do not bring her to your house. Also, she might be intel. She might be the feds. She comes in your house. She might plant shit in your house. She might steal. She might steal from you. You do not want to, you're not looking. She might steal your possessions. Also, women like to leave stuff at your house on purpose. So they got a reason to come back over, right? So they say, oh, I left my, whatever there. And knowing that you got other girls and the other girl, they're going to see it and be like, wait, whose is this, right? So house, bad idea. Fast food chain, okay, I agree. Buffalo Wild Wings, we not doing Buffalo Wild Wings. Wingstop, we not doing Wingstop. Wingstop's not that bad, but we're not doing that for a first date. Red Lobster, you got to take Shaniqua to Red Lobster. You take Shaniqua to Red Lobster, you on point. You can't take Becky to Red Lobster. I don't think Becky's going to appreciate Red Lobster, but Shaniqua's going to appreciate Red Lobster. Now, the new Shaniquas, the bougie, boule Shaniqua, she's probably not going to want to do Red Lobster. She's going to want to do some high chic seafood. And I got to tell you, if you're going to do seafood, you definitely want to do high and chic, high end and chic for seafood. You definitely want to do that. Okay. And probably somewhere near a body of water. The farther you are from water, the less fresh it is. I remember when I went to Africa, I was in Tanzania. I've never tasted fish so fresh, except for Jamaica. Jamaica is an island, so also there. A buffet. Take the fat bitches to a buffet. You take you take the chunky broad to a buffet, she's gonna love you, okay? And if you slick, you bring some plastic bags and you take some food home and you stuff it in her purse. Hopefully she got one of them never-ending Louis Vuitton bags. You bring some plastic bags and you put some fried chicken in the bags when nobody's looking, and then you take some stuff home and you got dinner for a couple of days, right? Yes, the biscuits at Red Lobster, you definitely got to see. I used to do this thing where I'd get pieces of a meal from different places. So, I get my meal from someplace and then I'd stop by Red Lobster and just order some biscuits to go. The cheddar biscuits are absolutely amazing. Now, keep in mind, I think Red Lobster, the owner of Red Lobster was like anti-Jim Crow. So it makes sense why black people love Red Lobster. Now, Red Lobster and Olive Garden are part of the same chain. I think it's called Darden Restaurants. Let's see all of Darden restaurants. Now, I've never worked at no, I don't want a location. I've never worked at Red Lobster. So you got Olive Garden, Capitol Grill, Longhorn, Roof Chris, Smoky Bones, Olive Garden, Eddie's V's Prime, and Bahama Breeze. Bahama Breeze is decent too. I like Bahama Breeze. We go there when we go to Florida. Because, again, close to a body of water, right? So again, yeah, take your big broad, you take it to the buffet. She's gonna love you. All right. IHOP. You definitely don't want to do IHOP. IHOP is something you do when you meet the broad at a club and you leave together and you're drunk and you like, IHOP's the only thing open. Life hack. If you ever go to IHOP in Newark, thank me later. IHOP in Newark has an IHOP menu, and it's the one by UMDNJ. I think it's right across the street from UMDNJ. In Newark, they got an IHOP menu and they got a soul food menu. When you go there, tell them, yo, give me the soul food menu. Don't order the IHOP food. Order the soul food menu. They got the whole Thanksgiving. Oh, Lord. Now, IHOP in Newark, across from UMDNJ, is a go. Now, I don't know about first date, but I'm going to tell you, she would enjoy the meal. She will enjoy the meal. So IHOP. Now, there's another life hack with IHOP. So allegedly, you have to ask for real eggs. If you order eggs at IHOP, you got to ask for real eggs, okay? Because they give you imitation eggs. But if you ask for real eggs, they'll give you real eggs, all right? Denny's, we definitely not doing Denny's. There used to be a rumor in the black community that, the owner of Denny's was using the N-word or something like that. So they're basically blackballed from the black community. Some of us still eat there. I ate there last year. But it's definitely not actually this summer. At my family reunion, it was late and I just wanted a burger really bad, and Denny's was in walking distance and it was the only thing open, and it was 2 a.m. and well, yeah, the rest is history. And it wasn't that good. I gotta be honest with you, it just was not that good. And we did breakfast there, and the breakfast was Bob Evans has better breakfast than Denny's. The gym. Why would you go to the gym on the first date? Skip. Church. Now, church is definitely a place you want to go on a first date. I've never done it before. I'm not a member of a church. I've never done this, but take her to the church. I don't know why. I think that's a good thing. Yeah, church is just always generally a good idea, right? The church just seems like a good idea. I don't know why, but I'd love to find out why church is not good. Starbucks. You know me. Not first. Well, Starbucks actually is an ideal first date. That's what I would say, yo. Like, honestly, you got to meet her at the coffee house. Coffee dates is number 18. Starbucks, yes. Matter of fact, I had this chick. There was this chick that was, I knew she was interested in me, but she wasn't like, out in the open. Because usually chicks holler at me. I got to be honest. Usually chicks holler at me, I practice inbound marketing when it comes to women. I make women come to me. So if you want to know those secrets on how to make women come to you, you got to go to my website, hotepjesus.com. Get my book, The Unbreakable Rules of Masculinity, to teach you how to be absolutely irresistible to women.
Hotep, you're a genius. Hotepjesus.com.
Okay. So, I had this girl and she was like, she said she wanted to meet up. And I was like, and she was very attractive. But she did have a gap in her teeth, and usually I don't like gap teeth chicks. So I wasn't like, ready to just jump and just do it. And I was like, maybe if you get your gap fixed, I'd jump and do it. But anyway, she wanted to meet at the coffee house. I never did make arrangements for that, but she didn't mind meeting at a coffee house. I think a first date at Starbucks, and only Starbucks, unless it's one of those, courtesan, very chic, local Soho coffee spots. Those are also acceptable. Dunkin' Donuts is not acceptable. Do not listen to Uncle Hotep. Do not drink Dunkin' Donuts coffee. That water is disgusting. It's probably full of lead. You got to do Starbucks. They do reverse osmosis water. Their water is purified. So Starbucks is a higher quality coffee as well. I definitely do Starbucks. You take her to Dunkin' Donuts, she's probably a prostitute. Sorry. Ice cream dates. Ice cream dates are amazing, especially on a hot summer day. They don't want to go for ice cream. You can't even take a broad for ice cream. What is going on? How we can't take a broad for ice cream? What? You definitely taking your big broad for ice cream. You take your big broad for ice cream, she's gonna love you for life. Family functions. Yes, do not. They got that right. We don't do no family functions. You want to wait at least a year before you introduce her to your friends or family. Actually, you can introduce her to your friends after 6 months just to see how she behaves around your friends. You do got to see that before you lock it in. You want to date her for a year and lock it in. If she wants to lock in, you got to date her for a year. Okay, got to date her for a year first and then maybe lock in. But don't make anything official in under a year. Remember I said that, and you will have a well-behaved woman. Heather said coffee first date is a good idea. Absolutely. Absolutely. Shaquel Alcindor, thank you for the super chat. Application grift is crazy. Listen, got to do what you got to do. Got to do what you got to do. Thank you for the super chat. Shanquella. I know I messed your name up, but, that's what I do. Yeah, this list is garbage, Cannon. Movie night, Netflix, Hulu. Again, don't bring it to your house. And I'm kind of skeeved out about going to her house. Because what if she got a boyfriend and he pull up? What if he just got out of jail and he pull up? What's the name of that show? It's like Baby Boy. There was another show too. I forget. Snowfall. Oh man, what's that show? I haven't watched that in a couple of years. Oh no, BMF, same thing. What's the name? It's crazy as hell. Definitely not doing movie night, Netflix and Hulu, because you don't want to go to her house and you don't want her coming to your house. I know some of y'all break these rules, but if you are going to go to somebody's house, go to her house. Do not bring her to your house. Go to her house, okay? And sometimes when you bring her to your house, she be wanting to move in and shit, and then now your whole game is messed up. She started leaving clothes over there. Next thing you know, she spent the night, 2 nights, 3 nights. Now she lives with you because she doesn't want to live with her parents. Yeah. And she going to give you some coochie just so she can move in too. And as soon as she move in, she going to stop giving you coochie. I don't know this from experience. I'm just sure this is how women move. Some women. Somewhere that requires a long drive. I would agree with that. I don't think you want to be, driving with her for too long. Although, a nice 20-minute drive might give you good time to have conversation and talk. And see what music, because music taste is important too. What is she bumping? Meg Thee Stallion or, Taylor Swift or, some classics, maybe Marvin Gaye. Like you got to see her music taste as well. So a nice 20-minute drive won't hurt. They don't want to go bowling. Wait a second. Bowling's a great first date. Bowling is a great first date. Absolutely amazing first date. Tell her, yo, we should go bowling, baby. That's actually a good test run for your maybe would-be girl hanging out with your friends. All your friends go out, you go bowling. Great activity. Bowling is great American culture. When they ask you what American culture is, just say bowling. That's pretty much what it comes down to. Hot dogs and bowling. Hot dogs, fireworks, guns, and bowling is American culture. All right? Bowling, there is no America without bowling. Bowling is a great first date. Nightclubs. Now, I don't know. Again, this comes down to how much she's feeling you, how well do you know each other? Because sometimes, y'all be texting with people back and forth and y'all be damn near in love. So you might need a little bit of slow grind in the nightclub. I did that on the second date once and we had an amazing time afterwards. We got super drunk. So this happened and I'll tell you real quick. We went to somebody told me about some party. This was our second date. Our first date, I remember I told you about, we sit in the parking lot. Second date, we went to a club. Somebody told me it was a party. And then we left and we went to the 40-40. This is when Jay-Z had the 40-40 club. This is when the 40-40 was the shit. And I don't know what happened. We were super drunk. And some of y'all know this, some of y'all don't. But 40-40 club had co-ed bathrooms. And me and her ended up in the same stall. And it got a little steamy. And the bouncer kicked us out. So, yeah, that's how that story. And then we ended up back at my place or my parents' place. And, we made magic. We made magic and we had a great time. So nightclubs are not bad at all, depending on, how well you know each other. Hookah bar. Hookah bars not bad. They don't. You can't. I thought these women love hookah. What, they don't like hookah no more. Hookah's a great place to sit down and just talk to a chick and get to know each other. Hookah's definitely a go. A bar for just drinks. I kind of could get that. Yeah. But again, you know, it depends on your rapport. Waffle House, definitely not first date. Sports events? Yo, sports events are great for a first date. I mean, it's kind of like a movie where you can't really get to know each other because it's kind of loud or whatever. But imagine if you took a chick to, you know, a Laker game and y'all was courtside. Now, I'm telling you right now, the same women that put together this list, if you told her she was going to be sitting courtside at the Laker game, she'd change her mind.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
Ken and Hotep, thank you for the super chat. Says some women just want high-end meal with no intention of getting to know the man. Texas Roadhouse for the win. Yeah, they just want to brag to their friends. That's really what this comes down. They want to brag to their friends. They want to feel like they, you know what it is? They want to go someplace that they can't afford.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
They want to go someplace that they themselves can't afford. It's like being a child. It's like, Mom, Dad, can you take me to, you know, X, Y, and Z? Because I ain't got no money. That's really what this comes down to. They want to go to places. I had a chick one time tell me she want to go to Nobu. I said, no, boo.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
Shorty said she want to go to Nobu. I said, no, boo. I got to put that in the rhyme now. All right, let's go to the phone lines. 202-596-5631. 202-596-5631. Let's get into the phone lines, see what y'all talking about. Don't forget, Hotep's been told you tonight with Uncle Hotep. Don't you forget, 8 p.m. Subscribe and all of that. So yeah, 202-596. Text Hotep in your name, 202-596-5631. And we'll be right back after this short, brief commercial break.
Yeah, I can try to get that handled for you. Again, it's only my second day, so if you can give me a second. How am I supposed to do this? How the hell are we supposed to do this by 5 o'clock?
I have no clue.
Is that possible? Hey, do you have the password to... How'd you finish all your work already?
He's not tapped in. How'd you get that done so quick?
They think they're gonna be able to budget this?
It's money. That's money right there, you understand? You guys finished your work 6 hours early?
He's not tapped in.
Let's get Goldstein. Goldstein, call in. I saw somebody try to call in. Don't do the call in thing. Text first so we know who you are. I got a screen on my calls, baby. Got a screen on the calls.
Call from
Murphy's Law Rest.
Goldstein, what up, bro?
What's happening?
Happy Hotep Thursday. How you feeling, bro?
I'm doing good, man. Happy Hotep Thursday. Happy Hotep Thursday to the chat.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So where I'm going on the first date, I'm gonna take her to a shaman so we can get her started on the path to understanding the 8th Circuit model of consciousness.
What?
Listen, if she ain't down for that, then she can kick rocks. This is why I'm married. Because there's not too many women that's going to put up with my eccentricities.
Hold on. Wait a second. Stop right there. I just had to Google this. All right, it says here. Shit, hold on. I'm trying to adjust the screen and shit. Hold on, wait. All right, 8th Circuit model of consciousness is a holistic model originally presented as a psychological philosophy by Timothy Leary. Okay, I've heard of that, including in books, including Neurologic. Blah, 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 blah. This model has been described as a potential route towards reconciling different interpretations of what it means to be a human being. The 8 circuits or 8 systems or brains, as referred to by other authors, operate within the human nervous system. Each corresponds to its own imprint and subjective experience of reality. Leary and Ali include 3 stages for each circuit, detailing developmental points for each level of consciousness. Interesting. Yeah. So it says here, altered states of consciousness, enlightenment, mystical experiences, psychedelic states, and psychic abilities. Yeah, this is the shit I'm into. Okay, yeah. We ain't going on no date, pause. But yeah, so you saying, yo, we gonna take you to a shaman and do this shit just to see if she down for all the weird shit you went to.
Right.
That makes sense.
We're gonna hold off on the psychedelics because I don't fuck around no more.
Okay.
But you know, if she wants to walk that path, that's on her. But I'm gonna take her to this shaman that I know who's gonna break it down. We're gonna sit there and we're gonna listen to this dude. You know what I mean? He's kind of like my real life Shaka Atmos, even though I fuck with Shaka.
Okay.
This is a dude I know personally and have been fucking with for some years now. Helped me through my addiction and all that other shit. All right, so we're gonna sit down and we're gonna talk to him because I know everybody got deep-seated issues, and I want to know what the fuck yours are off the rip.
Yes.
Start trying to play it.
Yeah, we gotta get right to the nitty gritty. Absolutely.
Either that or we're going to a comedy club. One of the two.
Ooh, yeah. Comedy club is definitely good. I've done that before. That's a good time.
Yeah, because you can always dip out. You don't have to fucking see the ending. So you can always dip out after the headliner or whatever, and then go somewhere and really get to know each other. And you don't neglect that aspect of the date.
Yeah, and that usually ends at a decent time, so you can still go hit a bar or something else afterwards, or get some food. Yeah.
One thing I know is a lot of women are self-conscious about their laugh. So if you can get her to do that, and she's comfortable in her skin with it, you ain't got to deal with no bullshit in that area. Like, oh, I'm self-conscious about this and that. I don't want to eat in front of you. You ain't got one of them type of broads.
Yeah. Getting her comfortable and being herself. That makes sense. I like that. Absolutely.
Another good thing to do is anything that's task-based, so that way you can see exactly how well she follows instructions.
Listen, my ideal date, I was telling people, was take that girl to escape room.
Yes. That's what I was thinking, trying to think of the name of them shits.
Escape room. Take your first date to escape room and see if her brain works.
Yes.
Escape room's no joke. You ever did escape room?
No, I've never done one, but I watched them fucking videos on YouTube of people doing them and shit.
Okay.
I live too remotely, so we ain't got no shit like that out here.
Okay.
And I'm rarely ever in the city, but if I ever get a chance, I do plan on fucking around.
So I have white friends now that I'm an adult. And Taylor, he invited me out to his company's Christmas gathering. And before the dinner, they did escape room. So here's this black kid with all these white people doing escape room. So I'm locked in a room with white people. That was a little scary for me. I got to be honest with you. I felt like a get out moment. I'm still getting over my PTSD from being around white people, but I got us out of the first room. I noticed some numbers. I started looking at this painting and I started noticing these numbers, and those numbers, I found the other two and they went to this lock. And then I noticed I was looking at these statues and I was like, how about y'all turn the statues and make them face each other? Because I noticed the statue heads was moving, and when he turned and faced each other, it unlocked the door for that lock. They was like, damn. So we got out of the first room in like 5 minutes. And the second room was really difficult. And there was some math guy in there who figured out some math problem, and we got out that second room, and we escaped. We got out. We had a really smart group of people, and we put it together and got out.
That shit sounds like a blast, man. I want to fuck with it. Oh, yeah. Now, as far as this shooter goes, bro,
mm-hmm.
Can you be more motherfucking Langley?
Exactly.
This nigga, he was in this past summer, I'm reading this nigga was all up in the motherfucking mental ward for 2 weeks because he talking about he hearing voices. You know who else probably heard voices before they acted an ass? Oswald. Yeah. You know who else probably heard voices before he acted an ass? The nigga that killed Oswald. So, yeah, I believe him. And I believe he was on the radar and all that shit. Yeah, they was watching him real close to make sure that he did exactly what the fuck he was supposed to do.
Yeah. Yeah, it definitely smells like a glow up. Something's not right. Something's not
These
right.
lone shooters, man, they all seem to follow the same pattern, that lone shooter pattern. They'll write about this shit in history books after this fucking institution of chaos collapses.
Yeah.
They'll be like, yeah, there was a pattern, and people failed to realize the pattern, but before you knew it, the IA was involved. So, yeah, I don't know, man. I think this is just a warm-up, though. Because we got some tinfoil shit coming your way right now. Here it is.
Okay.
You ready for this?
Yeah.
What happened last time Arizona was in the World Series?
Oh, shit.
Yeah, nigga.
Was that wasn't the Vegas shooting?
No. Even bigger.
What was it?
2001, that day in September.
Oh, word?
Yeah.
Oh,
Here we are, yet again. Arizona's back in the World Series.
Oh, bruh, come on.
Yeah.
Yo, we got to delete the Arizona team, man. We got to get them to just close up shop. What?
Nah, quit fucking with my boys, man. I fucks with the Diamondbacks. We out here, goddammit. Nah, but I was telling Jabari, I think that this is going to be a place where they hit, bro, and I'm gonna tell you why.
You said what was the place they hit?
This place, Arizona.
Arizona? Okay.
Yeah, it's going to be the next incident, and I'm gonna tell you why, and I'm gonna tell you how I think it's going to look.
I already know where you're going. Go ahead.
So I think it's going to be a military installation this time. I don't think they're going to do the whole public pull on the heartstrings shit. I think they're just going straight for a military installation this time. I think it's going to be significant, like on some dirty bomb shit. All right, and I think that military installation is going to be in Fort Huachuca, because Fort Huachuca is in Sierra Vista, and that town, that city is in the only holdout to Katie Hobbs's certification on her election. So they are significantly red. It has nothing to do with Katie Hobbs. It has everything to do with the fact that what better target?
Right. I thought it would be a Midwest spot. Go ahead.
Yeah, if they fuck around and do something to this county, which just so happens to be a county I live on the outskirts of, so God willing they don't fuck around. But if they do, they don't give a shit about fucking off this county. This county is not on the team, clearly. They wouldn't want to certify the election for the fucking governor. I still don't think they have. I think they just overrode it, like, fuck y'all, we don't care what y'all talking about. The other ones did. And it's not a county that's significant to the economy of Arizona. So they could fuck it off, the complete county, if they wanted to, and just be like, well, you know, Fort Huachuca, which is an old-ass base, Army base, which ain't really probably significant in the bigger scheme of things either, will just be a casualty of war. That's my theory. Now, if this shit comes through, if this shit happens, I'm done making theories, bro. I'm done.
Yeah, you gonna have to get low.
Yeah, I'm moving to the Himalayas. I'm out.
Yeah,
see y'all on the other side.
Yeah, you're gonna have to retire. And you're not allowed on my show no more either. Cause they're gonna be looking for your ass.
Like a motherfucker, ain't they?
Lord.
Nah, but that's my theory. That's my tinfoil koofy take of the day for y'all out there.
All right. I appreciate that. But I think I did triangulate last week on the show. It would be somewhere in Midwest. So we're definitely in alignment on that. We're gonna have to watch and see.
Sure.
All right, man. Hotep and Bill.
Hotep and Bill, bro.
Who is this? Oh, Kay. Go ahead, Kay. Kay never calls in. Kay, call in. Go ahead, Kay. Retro Neon got his 10-4 kufi on. Tanai said escape rooms are fire. Yeah, they are. I had a great time. And, you know, the white folks asked me, because, you know, I don't know what they think of black people or whatever, but they asked me, it's like, hey, you want to do escape room? Are you into that? I'm like, hell yeah, I've been wanting to do one of these. I'm a geek. I've been wanting to do one of these. Sure enough, we did it. And we got out that room. We escaped.
Call from Kay.
Kay, what's up, love?
What's up? Everybody, make sure you click that link in the description. Make sure you get on your supply of Master Focus, because you're really going to need it with everything that's going on right now.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, so with the shooter, the thing that I kind of understand, but at the same time, it's like nobody's bringing up SSRIs. Nobody's bringing up NLPs, neuro-linguistic programming, anything like that. I'm sorry, but vets still get treated like crap. You know, I am currently going through therapy just to get deprogrammed, basically, and my birth father, as well as my adopted father, when I was adopted, both of them were military, and my birth dad was a lifer. And when he had got out, because he was forced out due to Agent Orange, he went to college and he became a chemical dependency counselor so that he could help other vets. And yeah, I just feel like that help isn't there, that support isn't there. They just throw money at us and are like, you know what, here's the money. You know, it doesn't matter about your mental health or well-being, but here's some money we're going to throw at you. And we're going to push you back out on society and basically deal with it. And yeah, and it's just like certain things that don't really irritate others will irritate people. Say, for instance, if I hear an alarm or high-pitched noise or something like that, I'm already like, okay, what's going on? What's happening? You know, I'm already in kind of that fight or flight mode. Yeah, where other people, it'll be like, for them, it'll be just like, oh, it's just a noise or something like that, you know, something very simple. But, you know, with me, when I go into a place that I'm unfamiliar with, I will look for the exits. I will start to analyze people, and I will look at them, and I will look at, you know, where they're positioning their hands and all that stuff, because I'm just basically, as they say, like, you know, kind of being in a military family and a military background, you're not raised, you're programmed. So, yeah, just a lot of things that are going on that nobody's really addressing the issue and nobody wants to talk about. But I know I sent Cannon a link about how they are trying to, they're finally starting to talk about, you know, the connections with antidepressants and these mass shootings. So,
So you served.
It wasn't long enough because of my husband passing away, but just, you know, kind of that was what I was around because of my family, my dad, and just kind of, you know, growing up in that atmosphere, always, you know, being on the base because of him and everything. And then just, you know, he wasn't happy until basically I told him, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and enlist in the military. And then his attitude was just, different towards me. He was like, good, you know, that's, the best decision you made. And, thankfully they were gonna, help me with my kids because, it was just, it was something else. But, I got, my VA educational benefits to go to school. Right now I'm going to be, I'm doing a couple of psychology classes, but I'm going to be putting that forward for my master's in, mental health when it comes to PTSD. And I want to focus mainly with law enforcement as well as military, because if people don't know, I am also law enforcement too as well. So, and I've been doing that for a long time. And, the same things are there. With the mindset and mentality and, even transitioning, when you're in law enforcement to civilian life is hard. And, you have all these things where you have the issues with, yes, some officers should not have a badge on them. And some need to get out of it. Some need to retire. Some should have retired a long time ago. But that's the things that we should be addressing and the things that we should be working on. And it all stems from, you have to go to the top up, which is your board for peace officer standards and training. And that's where you have to start, because that mentality comes from there, and it just continues to trickle down for as long, for as many decades as it's been going on, and that needs to stop. But, you'll have some people that are like, no, that's not the problem, and we're not going to address it, to the union saying, oh, no, you better not talk about that. Yeah.
Sister Otis is saying, can you ask more questions about NLP? What do you want us to know about NLP?
So basically, when it comes to neuro-linguistic programming, it's basically when it comes to frequency, waves, certain patterns that your eyes see. Some of those things can also trigger things like people talk about, like when you see in movies, they'll just show random pictures and all that stuff, and to program a person and all that stuff. That's kind of what's along the lines of neuro-linguistic programming. And see, the funny thing is it affects everybody differently. I mean, we have, if you look at certain signals on the TV, you may not even know it, that you're dealing with neuro-linguistic programming. The music, the music you listen to, certain pitches and certain frequencies, and they have, done experiments to show you how certain things will affect these frequencies and how certain frequencies will affect people. There was an ultra program back in the day that may be still active to this day that has to also deal with NLP and neuro-linguistic programming, that also had to deal with the effects of drugs too, but I think they're getting more on a technological level with it. And so that's why I don't really watch TV as much as I do. I try not to. I try to make sure that, kind of the music that I listen to, I'm aware of what's going on when it comes to the pitches, tones, and frequencies, because, some people, if they're not privy to it, if they don't know about it, hey, something could be going on with them. And then all of a sudden they hear something, and something just strikes up in them. That's why you hear from a lot of people where they're kind of in that zombie mode. And when you snap them out of it, they're like, I don't know what I'm doing. Especially when I was in the medical field, dealing with people who were on SSRIs, they would tell me that, they used to, even though they dealt with depression and all that stuff, they had the highs and lows, and now they're just null. And, just certain areas of their body, they could not feel anything because they were numb and they were null. But the thing with that is then you have this stronger emotion, whether it be depression, suicidal tendencies, or ideations or anything like that. You have stuff like that that are trying to push through. But of course, when it comes to, being SSRIs, the medicine and all that stuff, yes, it starts out plant-based, but then the chemicals that they put in it, and everybody's body reacts differently to those chemicals. And, of course, they don't care because, we're a big experiment. They're experimenting on people as they give out certain prescriptions and just watching their effects. And it's just like, oh, well, okay, you're resulting in this, and this from this medicine. Mm-hmm. Okay, we're going to take you off this medicine, but we're going to put you on another medicine that has quote unquote less side effects. So not actually addressing the real issue. And that's what happens in America. When it comes to, our issues, we want something taken care of fast. We're a fast society. We're a fast country. And nobody really wants to stop and address their issues. They just want to mask it, make it go away so I can continue to function. But sometimes the problem with that is that you're going to push that deep down inside, and eventually it's going to come out. That's why it's always good when you have that trauma, when it comes to childhood trauma or it comes to any other experienced trauma or something like that. You need to work through it. You need to address it so that you could take care of it so it cannot be a trigger anymore. But a lot of people are, whether they're scared to address it, they're too prideful or too proud to address it, they're going to keep that bottled inside. And that's something that back in the day, that a lot of the older generation would do. They would say, don't talk about this. You can't talk about this. You try to mention somebody or something that happened, and they're like, no, it didn't happen, because they're suppressing it. But that is 10 times worse, because you don't know, another thing, you don't know what it's doing to your immune system. Mm-hmm. Because a lot of these, and they don't tell you, a lot of these cancers, a lot of these things, they stem from not only the trauma, but some of the stuff that you're putting in your system, the artificial stuff that you are putting in your system to deal with the trauma, instead of basically trying to talk about it and take care of it and address the issue so it doesn't affect you anymore. But of course, they're not going to talk about it. It's all about, writing a script, writing a prescription, and, taking care of things through that way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, big
pharma. And then when it comes, when it comes to the relationship thing or the list of the restaurants, and basically it's been this back and forth. So you have the oyster lady, you had the Cheesecake Factory lady, you had the list of, supposedly written by a group of girls saying this is where you shouldn't take a woman to. Then you have the clapback of the guys saying these are the women that you shouldn't date. And I'm sorry, and I mentioned this, and a lot of people, Emmanuel Presley also mentioned this too. A lot of people are being influenced by not only social media, but reality television. And a lot of people, unfortunately, even this day, don't know reality television is scripted, because they're trying to put something out there that will attract views. So if you have that always pushed in your face, you have that Real Housewives crap, or you have, the Cardi or the Nicki mentality or something like that. Of course, influential people are going to pick that mess up, and then they're going to be expecting that all the time. That's why I said you have a lot of ugly people, whether it be ugly women or ugly men, inside and out, expecting the world and then some. And it's just like, really? and you're not willing to give or anything like that, or, you know, kind of be on a mutual playing ground or anything. No, it's all about me. It's all about gimme, gimme, gimme. And I mean, that's another thing. It's like, who hurt you? Why are you acting like this towards men? Why are you acting like this towards women? What was the issue that caused this in the first place? Did somebody reject you? Did somebody, you know, treat you bad? So now you have to treat others bad or something like that. And it's like, or did you see this on TV? Did you see this growing up? And, you know, you assume that this is the way that it should be. This is healthy now. And it's just like, it's really irritating because now you have people catfishing because these unrealistic expectations. And it's like, what was that one movie, Coming to America, I think it was, or no, it was I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker, where the girl took her hair off, the girl took her leg off, the girl took her contacts off, and it's just like, what are you left with? You're left with a peg leg. And, you know, here she was saying she was this, and this. And it's just like, you know, people are going to find out eventually. You know, it's okay to, you know, let them see a before and after. You know, let them see the real you. You know, if guys, you know, if you're doing this, if you're adding muscles, or if you're always flexing, let her see you on flex. It's like, the thing is that people forget that, you know, it's just looks are looks. Looks are going to fade. But the thing is, you should be making love with the mind, not the body. Because if you make love with the mind, that relationship is going to last forever. If you can see yourself with that person and know that, hey, yes, they may not be perfect, but I know that this is the person and this is the person I can build with. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Maybe it just continues to be a friendship or something like that, you know, but it's just like, no, it's all about, oh, I can't afford this, so I'm going to ask this guy to get it for me. It's like, really? Go out there and get your ass a job and DoorDash you some Cheesecake Factory. Órame. But, yeah, it's just nobody wants to deal with the root of things that's going on, and nobody wants to address what they're trying to mold society into. It's just, oh no, you know, we're just going to take it as is. And it's like, that's the way that you can fight back. Simple things like that. Turning off the Real Housewives. Anybody who, like the Tyler Perry movies, no, all black men aren't like that. No, all dark-skinned men aren't like that. No, you know, all black females aren't angry and all that stuff. Take the time to, you know, deprogram yourself and start living in the real world. And once we do that, maybe we can make, you know, a little change in the world.
Maybe. I totally agree.
But that's my 2 cents. I hope I didn't take up the next caller's time, but Hotep and build.
Hey, thank you. Appreciate that. Hotep and build. NLP. I took an NLP course one time. 2012? No. 2016. This lady was talking about NLP for sales, you know, trying to convince people to buy your products. I didn't buy her product. Wait, or did I? Actually, no, I did. It was, no, wait. Was that the same person? Because it was for a piece of software to run your advertising through if you had an advertising agency.
Call from
Jonah, what up, man?
Nothing.
Tell me, man. All right, so what's going on? What's the skinny here, man?
Okay, well, I got to go through a couple things first.
All right.
Fuck Tavistock. It's called Shell Shock.
Shell Shock.
Tavistock. It's Tavistock, the one who's running the Russell Brand operation, you know?
Yeah.
So, because after World War I, then when they all came home with Shell Shock, Tavistock came up with the idea that post-traumatic stress so it didn't fuck everyone's head up because it was all shell shock. Anyways, then I also included a link there, Jerry Marzinski. The reason I included it, he's a psychiatrist. He does a lot of work in this, and he's saying that schizophrenia is actually demonic possession. And
who
because
says that?
Jerry Marzinski, I put in the text. I send the link.
I'm looking for it now. I don't see no Jerry.
Is
it
engineering? The YouTube, the text one.
Okay, I see the YouTube.
And I also that we're gonna run through.
Okay.
But he's done a lot of stuff in prison and stuff, and he says it's all like a demonic possession, but no one will actually talk to these people, so that's why they won't accept it, because they just want to prescribe drugs for chemical imbalance that was never proven.
Oh, interesting.
And yeah, the chemical imbalance was never proven, and they actually admitted to it last year. Okay. So let's go here. This is going to be a deep one, man. Robert Card. As soon as I heard the name Card, I was like, oh, Draco, because, Draco came up with Burning Man too, right? Draco is the constellation. I said you have a quick video if you want to go through that too, because it's got some shit there for you. But anyways, Draco is right near Polaris, in Northern Star.
Mm-hmm.
So then Polaris is the one that doesn't move, which is kind of proves that the Earth is stationary, because how the fuck are we stationary with the star? And we're both rotating around the sun, but we're not, none of that makes sense, right? Mm-hmm. Anyway, besides that. So the Little Dipper is off of Polaris. The Big Dipper. So Draco is actually the dragon too, right? So the power of the dragon or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you also have the Big Dipper off of it, and the swastika actually comes from the Big Dipper, because it's the first piece that I included that in the pictures as it rotates. So then you have the swastika off the Draco, right? And then now the as above, so below with the swastika is the black hole sign. So you have the Azov there too, right? Well, that energy.
Mm-hmm.
So then from there, now. How do I have this order here? So the next one is, anyways, now the Omicron Draconis is one of the stars, the major stars in the Draco constellation. Omicron Draconis is at 322.93 light years away. So 322, you have the three locations. You have the 22 that were set dead the first day, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they get the 0.93, which is obviously Aleister Crowley and the Selima, but that was also. Now we can also say that. Now we can also say that was that day of September was actually a tribute to George Bush's grandfather, because Barbara Bush.
Wait, 322, isn't that Skull and Bones?
Yep. And Omicron Draconis is 322 light years away from us. Yeah.
Yeah, 322 is that's Skull and Bones.
Yeah. Now.
Oh shit! Hold on. Wait a second. Hold on a fucking second. Hold on a fucking second. Wait, where's that article I had up? Hold on a second. Where's that article I had? Let me pull it up here. Recent. I said past hour, but it was really okay. Here it is. Wait, what? I just saw the 3 there. Oh no, it's 3 minutes. 13 wounded, so there's the 13th. Where's the 3 and 22?
Well, last night everything was 22 dead. 22 dead all last night.
Oh, last night. Oh, okay.
This is also the magic too, right? Because I'm not saying the event's real, or I'm not saying it's fake, right? But as long as they get the numbers out, as long as they get that information out, that's still a magical event, right? Because they're changing your will with the information that they're pushing on you.
Mm-hmm. And what's the 3 stand for?
Well, the 3 would you have the Trinity, right? Which is the Big Dipper, the Little Dipper, and Draco runs between the 3 of them. So that was the earlier today.
Okay.
Now. This Robert Card disappeared in water, right? So, well, when the Big Dipper and Little Dipper rotate around Draco, they pour water into Draco, which it disappears.
Mm.
Now, let's get even better. I have a affinity for my hatred for Babylon and Babylonians.
Mm-hmm.
What was the 13th zodiac sign in Babylon?
I think it's Ophiuchus or something like that.
The snake bearer, Draco.
Was it? Oh, okay. Damn, I didn't know that. Okay.
Guess what?
Mm.
Janus is also Draco.
Oh boy, here go Janus again.
And he sits at top of the zodiac sign, which is also the old whatever you say that word.
Mm.
So, yeah, like it literally says that because again too. Now, Ouroboros is also the Draco.
Mm.
So the scene itself is also the Draco. Now, again, like I said, as soon as I saw the name card, I was like, wait a minute. Draco was all over, like this Draco constellation, the dragon energy and whatnot. So the beasts coming out of the abyss too, right?
Mm-hmm.
That energy was all over the what's it called there, Burning Man.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I popped on the Draco right away. There's so much more to it, but that's just a quick one. Like, it's kind of funny too, right? I said like he disappears in water, the water disappears in the Draco,
mm-hmm.
and then the 322. Oh yeah, and his birthday, right? April 4, 83. So yeah, 4/4, which is 44. 83 is 11, and that's two versions of Janus because the Janus is 11, and then any double is also Janus. Yeah. So like, I'm not saying the event's real or not, but someone decided to push a bunch of fucking magic with the announcements last night.
Yeah, with the 22, right?
Well, the whole event, right? Because the other thing with this Robert Card, why is he just a person of interest? He's not a suspect, right?
Mm-hmm.
So who's to say they're not just throwing his name out there just to push the fucking magical event, right? They're gonna
come the fuck on. Oh shit, breaking news. Oh, Jabari. See, this is the shit that's weird to me now. Now, see, now Goldstein can't call in no more. Because Goldstein said the next thing was going to happen in Arizona, right? But he said it would happen at a military base. And what do we got as breaking news right now? Active shooter at Fort Dix military base. What the fuck, Goldstein? What the fuck, Goldstein? Goldstein's an insurgent. Until further notice, Goldstein's an insurgent. What the
It's
fuck?
in Fort Dix in California, though.
You said what?
It's in Fort Dix in California, I think.
Jersey. They got an active
Jersey,
shooter
okay.
near me, man. I was just saying how I didn't want to go outside. Oh, wait. All clear. It says all clear. Lockdown lifted. All persons outdoors.
This goes into what Kay was saying. Our entire reality is light and sound waves. We do not take anything into us that is not a sound wave or a light wave. So as long as they have control of the media and push out whatever they want, they're obviously running psychological warfare.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that's the other thing too with the Maine thing, right? Now that's right near New Brunswick and Nova Scotia. Well, Nova Scotia had an event that was definitely a false one.
Mm-hmm.
But New Brunswick too is also. Well, I've told you before, like they ran like full military psycho warfare on us during COVID, right? And this is a fact. It's like in all the newspapers, whatever. Well, in New Brunswick, they were running fake wolf attacks on the entire province up there. That was it. But again, there's a big Halifax where the guy actually traveled from one end of Nova Scotia to the other, and then it's a false event.
All right. Well, let me get the next call in here because the show about to end.
Yeah, no problem. Hotep Bill.
Hotep Bill. Man, fucking galaxy takes from Jonah as usual. Ohio Tep calling. I've been missing his calls all week. I'm fucking falling asleep over here, and I gotta take the kids to fucking swim. Oh my God. So if the swim starts, I'm trying to figure out when I'm gonna schedule a nap before the show tonight. I need so much sleep. So I've been going to bed late recently and waking up early. I've been going to sleep at like 2 and waking up at like 6. Mostly because it's just a grussel. I got shit to do. I just gotta fucking wake up early. Today I had a meeting with my attorney to finalize some paperwork for the merger. So I had to wake up earlier than usual to make sure I got my workout in and then did my office hours to make sure everything's functioning in the world. Yeah, so I'm like deadbeat tired. And I still gotta take the kids to swim. Some bullshit. Is that? Yeah.
Call from.
Sorry, what up, man?
What up?
What's going on?
Shit, man. It's been a lot of shit happening this week. I was like, damn,
Going up.
Man, I think it might have been too many koofies today, so I'm a chill. I'm a chill a little bit. But the shit Jonah was talking about actually was some shit I was talking about the other day with my homie, because we were talking about God and everything, right?
Yeah.
And we're talking about how they talk about how God is the light and the truth,
yeah,
and all that. And we talk about at the end of the day, I don't know how familiar you are with some of the research going on, around the super collider and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And they say they created matter from protons.
Mm-hmm.
Essentially having like flash, at the super collider at super high speeds, that kind of stuff. All that. It's a lot more technical than that, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if they are creating matter from it, then maybe there's something true, God being the light, right?
Mm.
And that kind of ties into the stuff that Jonah was talking about, everything we take in is light waves and sound waves.
Mm.
A lot of people don't be thinking about this stuff. I was actually thinking about it. One cat was, I think it's funny, a lot of cats that make fun of anime are very religious, right?
You said they are or aren't?
A lot of them are very religious, yeah.
Okay.
A lot of them call it satanic, in fact. And I think it's kind of funny because, it's similar to what Caden had me think about this too, right? She was talking about, keeping yourself healthy. A lot of the holistic stuff we know, they call Eastern medicine, right?
Yeah.
That kind of concept and stuff. And when you think about the way they deal with even mental and emotional health in the East, it's actually a lot better than the way we deal with it over here too.
Mm. Absolutely. Yeah, the East kind of understands how to handle this stuff.
Yeah. And I know, anime is technically just foreign animation, right? So if you look at it like that, you can watch foreign media, and we see a distinct difference whether it's anime or live action.
Yeah.
It's kind of similar to what John was saying. They put this stuff in your mind in the West, and a lot of the stuff you don't notice. And what I find is a lot of people will be confused why nerds will be into, anime and, fucking Marvel and all that other shit. They're clowning and be like, oh, no, jokey. But you remember when Shaka came on the page and was he showing you the shit with Captain America?
Yeah.
And Conan the Barbarian and shit?
Yeah.
And a lot of motherfuckers don't know. I'm like, bro, there's stories. You need to pay attention to what kind of stories you're putting into your spirit.
Right.
Because a lot of cats would be talking how Christian they are, and you're not even reading your Bible, but you out here making fun of people that's actually putting certain shit that's actually really good for their spirit into their spirit.
Mm-hmm.
And you're clowning them for it because you don't understand your own symbolism, your own history, your own theology, or any mythology. You think this all just came and amalgamated in this book, and that's just where it all came from. It's like, no, there's roots to all this stuff. And a lot of what people fighting over nowadays, exactly, this little war here, that's exactly what they fighting over. That's symbology. At the end of the day, we dig down into that esoteric shit. A lot of people don't be looking at what you could get from the East. So, whether it's anime or not, start looking outside of America. Look at some of the media outside of America. You can learn a lot. That's what I want to tell you.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, some people look at the stuff in the anime and they're like, oh, this is devil worship. And I'm like, yeah, your Bible teaches you about how to use your own energy, bro.
Right, exactly, right? And you can only do that kind of stuff in anime, really, right? The shit in live action, they be using CGI.
Yeah.
And they started to use it a lot less because it's so goddamn expensive. But back in the day, they didn't have it.
Yeah.
So, it was just, you just had some dude and you had to be good at acting to really portray, right? To actually kind of show people what how the spirit would move or how it would look when the spirit moves, because you didn't have, you know, the kind of shit we have nowadays where we can give you that visual of the things that are unseen.
Right.
But yeah, that's all I wanted to say. You know, I had my kufi on. Everybody's kufi was affecting my kufi. You know.
Absolutely. I'm gonna get Cannon in here. Cannon about to call in now.
Yeah, man, I appreciate it. Hotep and Bill.
All right, Hotep and Bill. Cannon, go ahead, call in, man. Let's get Cannon in here. I just texted him. What is this? Somebody sending me text messages. What? Somebody in the chat was asking questions. Oh, I read that one. That's Canon. Yeah, Goldstein. So the update is that was fake news. That's the update. But however,
Call from
Cannon.
Cannon, what's up, bro?
What's up, yo? What's going on? Sorry, this phone be mixing up numbers and shit. Anyway, but like I was saying earlier today, yo, like with this shooting, like more of this shit gonna happen. There's more. It's like the chaos is getting more chaotic, yo, and this shit gonna keep happening. There's gonna be more events that's gonna go down, and you just gotta be ready to protect you and yours. You know what I mean? You never know when that shit gonna hit home.
Right.
You know what I mean? Or close to where you are. You know, I tell people all the time, people demonize profiling. I'm like, shit, profiling keep you alive.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Profiling
Suspicious
keep
characters, you get low.
Hell yeah. You know what I mean? You know, you gotta be like in this day and time now, especially what's going on. Now you just heard about some active shooter over by you at Fort Dix. Like you gotta keep your head on the swivel. You gotta be prepared to protect yourself. Like whether you just like, I'm staying in the house. I'm getting low. I'm staying in the house. Or I was like, all right, if I gotta go outside, I'm gonna make sure I got the strap on me. I'm gonna make sure I know what's up. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
But the thing is, a lot of people, especially a lot of people that grew up like, you know, kind of like, I would say like in the suburbs, I guess you could say, and not really in like a city like where I am. Like in Baltimore, you always got your head on a swivel because you don't know what the fuck coming from around the corner.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like it's neighborhoods where you always gotta be on the lookout. You're at the ATM, you gotta keep your head looking around. You go and get you some chicken from the corner store. You gotta be on the lookout. You know, you gotta be on guard at all times.
Yeah, stay off your phone. Keep your head up.
Right. Some places take that for granted, and then when something go down, they're not prepared.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You know, people that ain't got no gun, go get you one. You got an issue with a gun, get over that shit and go get you one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Period. Like right now, I'm carrying two on me. I got the Glock, and I got the blackout in the bag in the trunk.
I was talking to this dude when I was down in Florida. I was talking to the bar, and he was telling me he has a firearm, and in Florida you're able to open carry. And I'm like, you ain't got that thing on you? He's like, nah. I'm like, yeah, you're bugging. I mean, if I was in Florida, I'd be walking around that bitch like a cowboy.
Yeah, and I just found out because I got a Pennsylvania license, which I don't know how I got one and Unking got one. Goddamn it.
Yeah, right.
I got my Pennsylvania license, and I can open carry in Philly.
Oh, okay.
I can go into Philly and open carry. Like I carry in 42 states, but I don't go nowhere where I can't be strapped.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I feel uncomfortable when I go to like a football game or something like that because I can't take it with me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like it's uncomfortable. But this just sounds like a complete op to me though. Like he got extracted. That nigga got extracted, HJ. So you told me he went to. So apparently it sounds like he went to 3 spots and not 2, because they added like a pool hall in there too. At first it was some bar and grill and it was a bowling alley. Then they started saying it was some pool hall thrown in there, right? They over projected the numbers, and then we come to find out it's lower than that. Then, by the time the police got on his trail, they found his car at the docks, like at the marina or whatever, or boat slip.
What?
He nowhere to be found. I'm like, his ass got extracted out of there. Somebody was, like, he went on a mission, and his extraction point was there, and he hopped on a boat, and who knows where he at.
Damn.
Who knows where he is? And if they find him, either he like had a little John boat ready and he in the woods somewhere, or somebody was waiting for him with a boat and they got him up out of there.
Damn.
I'll be shocked if they find him. I'll be shocked if they find him. Especially if he in the woods. He got the upper ground if he in the woods. He a hunter. Like he had the one dude that was on the news getting his 15 minutes talking about he went to a store and he saw him, and like everybody knows to stay away from the cards or whatever. They're right wing and gun nuts and all that stuff. You know the talking points they put on like liberal mainstream media. But he's like, I seen him in there and he had a deer and it was hanging from his thing and it was so horrible, and like, all right, so he a hunter, so he know the woods. He messed around, got like a cabin out there somewhere nobody know about. Like it's gonna get interesting. Then you had the mayor do a Freudian slip talking about it's gonna be an interesting couple of weeks. I'm like, interesting couple of weeks? It just happened. How you know it's gonna be a few weeks?
Right.
Where'd that come from? You know what I mean? It's a lot of stuff.
So you're gonna drag it out.
Don't add up. Yeah. On top of that, you got like I sent you earlier, the story sounded oddly familiar about what happened in 2016 at the Fort Lauderdale airport. The guy that did that one went to the Anchorage. He went to the Anchorage Alphabet Boys out there and was like, I need help. There are people talking to me in my head telling me to do shit that I don't want to do. Help me. They let him go. They sent him to the Anchorage police. Anchorage police let him go, gave him his gun back and everything. A few weeks later, we get the Fort Lauderdale situation. Same exact situation with this guy. He's saying he complained of hearing voices in his head. I guess they put him in a institution for like 2 weeks, and then all's right with the world. Which I would think that like if he threatened to shoot up the base and all, he would get like not court-martial, but like discharged or something, right? Mentally, like I don't know if they got some kind of like mental health discharge or whatever. You think that would happen? No, he was still a part. He was still in the reserves and a firearms instructor. So it's like, come on, guys, something don't make sense. Then the pictures they showed of the guy, none of the pictures. There was 3 different pictures of 3 different people in the beginning last night. So I'm like, y'all got to get your stuff together. Like, what is it? And it just seemed like an op all the way around. I feel like he went in there to do something, and then he got extracted up out of there by way of boat. That's what it sounded like to me. I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess we're going to find out real soon. And then with the whole taking girls on dates, look, like you said, if women like you, they don't care where you take them.
Right.
They don't care where you take them. You know what I mean? If they into you. One of these guys listened to back in the day. He's from Baltimore named Hot Damn Iraq. I don't know if you ever heard of him back in the day. He said women want to women. He said, "Hi, I'm Superman." He said, "I say I'm Superman because you wouldn't be talking to me if I wasn't equal to or better than you."
Right.
You know what I mean? So he's like, you already got that going for you. If a woman talking to you, that means that she sees you as an equal or possibly better than her. You know what I mean? And you know, from there, you basically you do what you need to do. Like you don't have to take them to the Cheesecake Factory or like Ruth Chris or something like that. You can take them to an Applebee's. I had a girl insist on going to Applebee's when I was younger. That's what she wanted to be taken to.
Gotta let it go.
Yeah. But to be fair, we was 19. You know what I mean? But but at the same time, it's like, if the girl like you, it won't matter where she take you. Like that list is like, where can we go? All the shit on the list, like what the hell are we supposed to do? You know what I mean? Am I supposed to meet you? I'm gonna meet you in the metaverse. We just go, our avatar is gonna go on a fucking date. You know what I mean? Like it's like, what do you do at this point? It's unrealistic expectations on society or on dating and relationships is what's happening. It's unrealistic expectations and it's ridiculous. So people don't understand. They don't see that. Women want to go on these expensive ass dates just so they can stun out on Instagram. Don't give a shit about the dude. Don't care if they like them or not. They're going 86 in a minute the date over. They got a free meal out of it.
Yeah, they definitely want to stunt. But let me get Goldstein in here. Goldstein want double dip.
right, man.
All right.
Hotep and Bill.
Hotep and Bill. Goldstein, go ahead, call in. We're gonna take Goldstein. I'm gonna get out of here. I gotta take the kids to swim. Not a drill. Actor should. I don't know. I'm getting conflicting reports in regards to this Fort Dix shit.
Call from.
Yo, Goldstein, what's up, yo?
So listen. First, I want to make it quite clear, and I want to stress this point amongst every other point that you may hear from me going forward or in the past. I want to make this clear. Hotep's been told you.
Oh, this a real Hotep brother.
That's first and foremost.
You're not supposed to be that quick, yo.
Listen, second, I am not an insurgent.
Nah, we need to have Strong Dad run a background check on you.
No, listen, my 21-year prison career is a public record. You can look me up anywhere in the Arizona State Department of Corrections database.
All right.
But yeah, that is crazy. So I just wanted to let y'all know I got half my shit packed already. Okay? Half my shit is packed already. If Arizona gets hit between now and this time next year, it's been a pleasure.
Oh, this a real Hotep brother.
You out of there.
Yeah.
Oh,
all right, man. I'm out.
All right, yo, Hotep and Bill. What a day, what a day, what a day, what a stream. All right, I'm going to take the kids to swim. I got refresh and then nap and get ready for the show tonight. 8 p.m. Hotep's been told you. I'll see you then. Subscribe, like, whatever else I'm supposed to say as a streamer. Do that stuff.
Yeah, I can try to get that handled for you. Again, it's only my second day, so if you can give me a second. How am I supposed to do this? How the hell are we supposed to do this by 5 o'clock?
I have no clue.
Is that possible? Hey, do you have the password to... How'd you finish all your work already?
He's not tapped in. How'd you get that done so quick?
They think they're gonna be able to budget that?
It's money. That's money right there. You understand? You guys finished your work 6 hours early?
He's not tapped in.